Hi there, and thanks for listening to Glamdom Fandom, the podcast for Disney fans and people who love their fandoms. My name is Heidi.
And I'm Ella.
Follow us at Glamdom Fandom on Instagram and Twitter.
And be sure to check out our blog, glamdomfandom.com. In this episode, we talk about how to embrace your fandoms while staying inside. We also discuss the various things we have been making while in quarantine.
Well, hello! Happy hashtag Dapper Day from home, because today is Dapper Day.
It's a very special day.
We would normally be probably shopping at the Dapper Day Expo right now.
Yeah, we'd probably be staying at Disneyland somewhere.
And we would definitely be giving business to many of the vendors that we normally frequent there. And in so doing today, we wanted to celebrate those businesses. And so we created, behind me, we created sort of a little, I don't know, at
home Dapper Day Expo.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, we have over the years accumulated a lot of merchandise from some of our favorite small businesses. So you can see their stuff behind us.
And if you want to see more details, we have it on Instagram. I took some pictures, but I did want to give a shout out to some of the vendors that I've showcased today. First being Match Accessories. They're the ones that make the Ds. Everybody always asks me like where I get these cool Ds from, and they are amazing. And also Going to Guides. Our friend Shannon writes amazing books.
She writes guidebooks for how to plan a trip for the Disneyland parks. She includes a lot of behind-the-scenes facts, goes above and beyond, adds little mini-games. I was, just going through and doing all the little mini-games, last week.
Yeah, it's really...
in one of the books.
It's a great activity right now, in fact. And she also makes these really artistic fandanas. It's like a bandana, but it's themed for a particular attraction.
Yeah, usually she does either an area of a Disneyland park or a specific location or attraction.
And then some of the other people that we have represented here today are Hat and Mouse. They make she makes fascinators that are themed, and sometimes she even has some Harry Potter stuff, but primarily it's sort of with a Disney spin. And we are also featuring two of our favorite shops, Zydeco and Unique Vintage.
Yep.
And then also we have to mention Play Clothes Vintage, which they don't normally have a booth at Dapper Day, but we just really like them. We hope that everybody, if you live in the Los Angeles or Burbank area, check out Play Clothes Vintage.
Yeah, actually Zydeco, Unique Vintage, and Play Clothes all have flagship locations in the Burbank, Los Angeles area. So
although the one for Zydeco, they just closed their Burbank. But they're in Pasadena.
But they also have a Pasadena location, so.
Yeah, and then we're also, this is sort of, I don't know, I don't think this is featured at Dapper Day, but Magic Candle Company is one of our favorite candle companies. And we should probably have lit one of the candles.
I know.
But they have themed candles. So, if you're missing, Pirates of the Caribbean or the smell of a Dole Whip or...
Mickey Waffles.
Mickey Waffles. They have candles.
They have... I think among my favorites are the Polynesian, hotel lobby smelling one. I love that one.
So good.
They also make, room sprays with that stuff, which we always bring to Disneyland Hotel with us when we stay. And I like the Haunted Mansion Holiday one, too, with the gingerbread smelling.
It's so good. So check out all of those companies. Support them in this time where we're all feeling like maybe we need a little something that will be, I don't know, just something to give us hope for the future when we can step outside our houses and wear our Ds and fascinators and all of that.
I mean, in the meantime, you can burn your Disney candles in your house.
That is a great idea. And also, I wanted to mention, we have never recorded a YouTube video before of our podcast, so apologies in advance.
We've not done this.
It's going to be an interesting experiment.
Yeah, we're also simultaneously recording the audio, so it's going to be interesting, but
so it's worth mentioning too that we are drinking out of plastic cups because when you go to the Dapper Day Expo, they have water stations and they also have a bar.
Also have bar with bar stuff,
Yeah.
but also like Coke. So I have some Coca-Cola.
Yes. So you have to stay hydrated, especially when you are vocally challenged like I am. But yeah, so we're gonna just do something kind of fun today. This was a listener request. We were asked to talk about all of the different things that we have been making, and we've been making quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah, we've just been like creating a lot. I mean, I know like it's really hard to stay motivated to make things. But I don't know, some stuff, even if you're not like doing it seriously, it's still fun.
Yeah, yeah, and it's funny because I have been so busy. I feel like each day is like 5 days long because I feel like I'm doing so much stuff. And a lot of times I'm making really elaborate meals, but it's not really, it's just I'm trying new things. Like I'm making breads and yogurt, and my friend just brought over a sourdough starter. I feel like that's so quarantine, right? Like,
Yeah, that's
it's like what's your bingo checklist or whatever?
Yeah,
like
it's like
it's
sourdough starter, Tiger King, Animal Crossing, like that kind of thing. Which
yes.
yeah, I have not partook in Animal Crossing nor Tiger King, but
Yeah.
we do have a sourdough starter.
We do
now.
have sourdough starter. And then what was the drink that you made yesterday? That was another thing that people have been doing.
Oh, Dalgona coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, so like we're trying to, I don't know, stay relevant, I guess.
Stay
We're trying to be relevant. But yeah, so that's a lot of what we've been doing. Jewelry. I have been making a ton of jewelry. And I have a friend who's asked me to make him a necklace too. So I will try and get on that, Scott D, when I can. And then we've been really having fun embroidering things.
Yes. So one Instagram account you follow, I don't follow them, so I don't know the name, but
It's honestly WTF.
okay.
Yeah.
So they posted something where they were embroidering kind of like 1980s-esque patterns onto something, and we were just inspired. So you did some patterns like that onto a shirt, and it looks really cool. And then I just embroidered some random designs, more like graphic and representational, I guess, onto this jean jacket that I got at the swap meet a while ago. But I've just been like compulsively embroidering that jacket ever since, like random
That's
stuff.
amazing.
And sometimes like on a whim I'll just like add a little thing. Like it's so
Yeah,
weird.
it's a really
Because I've literally never done it before, but I'm like super into it now, so I don't know.
I've been saying to her it's like another medium for her because it's just an extension of her artistic
Yeah.
personality.
I mean, adding on to that, I've been painting and drawing pretty much with the same amount of regularity as I would if we weren't in quarantine, but I don't know, drawing a little bit more. I did the 6 fan arts thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I started out journaling, and I think I did it for 3 days. And we are now like well over 5 weeks into this quarantine, so it just got to be too much with everything else. And
Yeah, I do it. I journal.
yeah, you're better at it. It's just not my...
I mean, I have to do it for school, so...
Yeah, yeah. So the other thing that we've been doing, I put them down here, is I've been making a lot of masks. So everybody, oops, it's gonna be hard to do it on camera, but these are my masks. Believe it or not, yeah, it's kind of hard to, but everybody needs to wear one of
Wear
these.
face covering. Does not have to have a liner or filter. It just has to cover your face. It has to obstruct your nose and mouth from the outside elements.
And so, ooh, I just got a fuzzy in my mouth. So I would say that whenever you walk out the front door, our front door is that way. Whenever you walk out the front door, have one of these on. If you're walking around your neighborhood, if you're going grocery shopping, whatever, please, please, please cover your face. In our neighborhood, everybody's walking. Everybody's riding their bikes, and it's kind of, sometimes it's almost anxiety inducing because it's very...
Yeah, because when...
There's so many people coming and walking, and you want to like maintain that 6 foot distance.
Yeah, because sometimes when like we're walking outside or riding our bikes, like we just want to be out there to relax.
If somebody's coming at us on the same side of the street, we'll cross the street.
Yeah, it's a weird like limbo thing. It's so...
But I will say it's important to get out and to not be cooped up all day because it really does help with your mental health.
Yeah, I
It's a
mean,
really good thing.
also, besides walks, in terms of exercise, we've been doing a lot of like Just Dance. I know that's not like a thing we're making or anything, but
No,
like
but it's great
fun.
exercise.
Yeah, and in the next like little segment in this episode, I guess we'll be talking about like keeping fandom alive in your everyday life. And I guess Just Dance can kind of be like that because they do have some like, I don't know, Disney and musical songs on them.
Yeah.
On there. So yeah, we did This Is Halloween.
Oh, so much fun. Yeah. And I will say today my neck is a little sore. I slept on it weird, so I'm not turning to Ella as much as I normally would, and I'm not ignoring her or just trying to be a camera hog. I'm just in pain. I mean, it's the truth. But yeah, so let's talk about how we are keeping the fandoms alive in our everyday life, because we have definitely been doing that. We have not been, running away and hiding under the covers and forgetting about our fandoms. No, we have been celebrating them.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
it's really fun because we get to watch movies, and sometimes that inspires new things. But overall, we are we've been cooking a lot. I have several different cookbooks. I have Harry Potter food cookbooks, Disney parks
Multiple
recipes.
Disney ones.
I just ordered an Outlander cookbook that arrived. We've been drinking Downton Abbey teas, and
that we got at Cost Plus like
Yes.
6 months ago or whatever.
they made me
I
so
love
happy.
those. Those taste so good. I don't
yes.
even watch Downton Abbey, and I love those.
No, and there's like a whole Christmas line, and it's just divine. It's got like this little, I don't know, just like a clove taste in the jam.
Oh yeah, there's a jam.
Yeah, and it's just phenomenal. And so we have been posting some of the Disney parks recipes that we've been doing. First up, we did the food and wine cookbook from the parks, and we did several things for that. And then we did sort of a mock trip to the Polynesian, and we did
Yes.
we made some different things for that. And then for Harry Potter, I think we're going to keep exploring that whole realm. But I made some pumpkin pasties.
Because,
They were literally one of the best things I think I've ever made.
We've been making them, or you've been making them, pretty much ever since you did. We made
I've made
few batches.
I've made them 3 times
They're
now.
really good.
Yeah.
And pretty easy to make, according to you.
Yeah, they're extremely easy. I had never made a pâte brisée, or I think it's called like a short crust recipe. I'd never done that before, and I don't know why, because it's just so ridiculously easy. I used to go and buy pie dough at the store, just like the Pillsbury kind, and this is just so much easier, so much tastier, flakier, whatever. And so speaking of pasties, last night I cooked something from the Outlander cookbook, and I made mushroom pasties.
Yeah, those are really good. And if you've been, I don't know, following us for a while, we did a couple years back, we did like different dishes from different eras themed to the Oscar Best Picture nominees of the year. It wasn't this year, it was like the year before those nominees, but we made mushroom toast. And I'd say the filling of the pasties or whatever.
Pasties,
I don't know. I'm not British.
Pasties, I don't know.
The filling of those things
Turnovers.
was like pretty similar to the mushrooms on the mushroom toast that we made for
really,
Oscars.
really, really good. So good. So I'm enjoying that. I'm going to probably keep going with what I'm making for Outlander, because there's lots of recipes in there, and then I'll probably just do a whole post about that. Save the mushroom pasties. I wish would somebody please tell us how you're supposed to pronounce that? Because I feel like pasties,
I've only like read it in Harry Potter.
And pasties is
Aren't those like
it's something different. But anyway, so we have continued on our journey of watching movies and television, and what have you been watching, Ella?
Well, I've seen, according to my Letterboxd list, I've seen 54 movies during quarantine.
Oh my gosh.
Well, no,
That's
okay,
like,
not all of those
sometimes
are.
there's like 4 or 5 a day though, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Okay.
think the most I've seen in a day is 4, maybe with short films like 5, because some of them are like shorts. But yeah, so I've done like a couple like marathon type things, not like full on marathons, but we did, okay, so when Onward came to Disney Plus, we talked about this last time we reviewed it, but I just ended up like watching the 2 other Pixar movies I hadn't seen after, so I just watched those, which were Finding Dory and Brave. And then last month it was Friday the 13th, so those movies were airing on TV. So I tuned into a couple of them. I rewatched one of my favorites from the series. And I've been doing this thing where I like make lists of directors who I'm interested in and their filmography so I can like check it off when I watch it. And I'm currently like completing Ralph Bakshi's filmography. And I only have 2 movies left to go.
Wow. That's very impressive.
Yeah, there was one day where I watched 4 of his films.
Yeah, so the thing that I have been doing is I've been watching a little bit of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel with Gabe, and I am so into it. It's making me miss New York so much, and I'm so glad that we were able to go last June because I would just be going out of my mind. I love New York City. We used to live there, or Gabe and I did when we were first married, and so I just love it. And also, we've been watching a show called Devs, and I don't even know, maybe sci-fi? I don't know what channel it's on, but it's really, really, really good. It's science fiction kind of craziness, but it's really addictive. So I think we've watched 3 episodes so far, and that is just really, really, really good. Yeah. And I have not been watching that much though. I've been watching the specials. Like I saw the other night they did the Disney sing along, and that was super awesome.
Yeah,
Like
I didn't
I know.
see that.
Yeah.
I saw clips of Ariana Grande's performance in Beyonce and the High School Musical cast, who, fun fact, I'm not going to say who, but one of the cast members lives literally down the driveway at the end of our driveway.
We have like this little cluster of like 5 houses, and he lives in one of the 5 houses.
Yeah.
And
it's like he's on one end and we're on the other.
And so he was recording from his house, and it's like, oh, hey, I'm sure he pre-recorded it, but yeah. I didn't know he had pink walls, so that'll give it away.
Yeah, that'll give it away.
But yeah, so anyway, we watched that, and then last night I watched the whole thing that all the networks put on, and I'm totally drawing a blank of what it was called, but it was
the like music concert thing. I didn't watch that either.
It was so beautiful, and I want to, we did this in the last episode, but I want to take this moment to just really, if you are watching this and you are in the medical profession, if you work at a grocery store, if you are driving trucks and transporting products to and from, anybody who is keeping us afloat right now, like, I personally want to thank you so much you've made our lives so much easier. You've made this time so much more pleasant. Nurses who are going out there like superheroes every single day, doctors,
like Amazon delivery people, like
everybody. I mean, really, it's
people.
There are some people behind the scenes who are really, truly keeping our entire livelihoods, afloat. And I think that we all need to celebrate them. I know that like in New York, every night, either at 6 or 7 p.m., everybody, makes noise out their windows and, to applaud the service people. And it's beautiful. And so this special that was on last night was hosted by Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, and Stephen Colbert. And it was very, very moving. And hopefully people saw that and they can now like really appreciate the value of staying at home, because we believe that you should be staying at home because it's saving lives. And if you are staying at home, I know it's hard, And we just want to tell you that we're all in this together. We might all be experiencing it in different ways, but it's very much appreciated that you are doing the right thing and being home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
I mean, another thing that we've been doing, I mean, yeah, I guess like, I mean, these are accessible to anyone, but Disney has been like giving some content that's like free for use, such as the online video call backgrounds of some of their backgrounds from their Pixar movies and the Disney animated classics and some Disney parks photos, which I just saw
That's so
from
cool.
all of the international ones
So
too.
cool. I love that.
So you can use them on your Zoom and they're free, so you can just screenshot them or whatever.
Although kids, probably if you're listening, maybe don't do it for school, because I know at least with our school, you're not supposed to be using Zoom backgrounds. So maybe just save it for your Zoom with your friends.
Save it for your friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, different teachers have different rules. Just like,
Yeah.
obviously, keep in mind your restrictions if you're in online school. And Disney is also doing their bedtime call hotline,
So
which is
fun.
part of, I think you can do it at the hotels, but you can
Normally.
call this specific number, which I'll say afterwards, and you can choose which of 5 Disney characters, Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Donald, or Daisy, can say like a special bedtime message, so you can like fall asleep to your favorite Disney character. And I did this last night at like 1:30 in the morning.
Why not?
And I did the Daisy Duck call, and it was great. So the number is 8777-7-Mickey. So
Yeah. And yeah, you said April 17th.
yes,
through
it's
the
a
30th.
limited time. So it's
So-
April 17th through April 30th.
And it's free?
It's free.
That's amazing. It's so cool. And then we also wanted to just talk about, since we are Glamdom fandom, obviously we're not feeling so glamorous these days, but we are still fans. So we wanted to talk about, how to still participate in fandom related
Yes.
activities during quarantine.
This is like a little guide. I mean, this is kind of similar things that we just said that we have been doing, but yeah.
Yeah, so I think a big one is music, right? Like
Yeah.
for me personally, music is the one thing that for me, it's self-care. Listening to music, turning off the news, putting on some music that really makes me happy, something that makes me want to dance. And so if I'm cooking, I'm dancing and making my kids crazy. But yeah.
You can listen to soundtracks or scores or radios based off of your favorite movies and TV shows and fandoms, whatever you want. But I mean, a lot of these soundtracks are available on Spotify or on YouTube. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you can also rewatch things that you've watched before and, do a marathon because, just celebrate.
I know a lot of people are doing Harry Potter marathons.
Makes a lot of sense right
Yeah.
now. I think it's just people need magic in their life,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And just, like all of that stuff. And you can also incorporate elements from your fandom into your everyday life. I think the camera just bumped a little slow. And you can, wear t-shirts and drink out of mugs.
It's not like full on outfits like we're wearing today. You can just wear like a Mickey Mouse t-shirt or drink out of like Harry Potter mug. Like it's as simple as that, and it just brings it can just bring joy into your life. I don't know.
Yeah, I think what it is for me personally, what's really helped me in this moment is just to lean into that stuff. So like lean into the things that make me happiest and focus on the fact that I have access to those things, even though I'm cut off from the world a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, we have all of these streaming services now at our fingertips, and a lot of, I don't know, it just makes everything a lot easier in terms of watching stuff. So yeah, especially with Disney Plus, and they have all this content. But yeah.
And speaking of which,
oh yeah,
Artemis Fowl is going to be coming out, and it will be streaming on Disney Plus. It was originally going to go right to the theaters, but now it's going straight to Disney Plus, and that will be coming out on May 29th of this year. So
Yes,
definitely check that out. Yeah, we'll probably do a review.
Yeah.
You know?
I haven't read Artemis Fowl. Like, I know, like, it was at my elementary school, the books, but I never read it, so I don't know what it's about at all, but I'll still see the movie.
So we're going to be wrapping up the episode, and we're going to be doing the normal rapid fire that we always do. But I first wanted to give a huge shout out to our camera person today. We have a special Milo Miller. He's back there and he's rocking it. So he's also going to help us edit this. So I just wanted to thank him because, you know, this is something that, you know, thanks, honey. And anyway, so again, we just want to remind everybody, don't forget to wear your masks.
Wear your masks and don't socialize.
Yes. And don't hang out at your friends' houses. And just, again, we're here for you. If you need us, we're here.
Yeah.
So just reach out to us.
Your family's making you crazy, you can talk to us.
Just send us a DM. Just slide into our DMs.
Oh, God.
Okay. So how about a little rapid fire?
Rapid fire!
With this being our Dapper Day at Home situation, I wanted to know, Ella, what has been your favorite Dapper Day look that we have done so far?
Well, I'm trying to go through all of them in my head. I really did love the extinct Disney attractions theme with People Mover and Skyway.
Inspired by the classic
Inspired by
posters.
the posters with the colors
Yeah.
and the parasols. I just really liked that. I also tend to enjoy the like Saturday looks with we usually just wear like all black and maybe an accent color. Like
even though it's not Saturday.
Yeah, usually what we're talking about is usually at Dapper Day there's multiple days of the expo, and the first day, Saturday, is like there's less like people in their big Disney bound or outfit. So usually we just wear like some simple stuff from our closet and keep it comfortable. So I always like those.
Yeah, for me, I'm torn because I really like the attraction posters look, but I also really loved our Small World look.
Yeah,
I think
I
overall,
was thinking about that too.
Yeah, overall I'm pretty stoked on.
I loved a lot of them, like the Coco one.
Yeah, and the Big Thunder Ranch.
Big Thunder Ranch. That outfit was comfortable. I liked that. And the Disneyland foods, Mint Julep and Dole Whip.
Yeah, all good ones. Okay, second question. What other Disney parks or fandom food would you like to make next?
So, I actually have been like gathering stuff from like the Disneyland website. On like Disney parks, whatever. The Disneyland one where like usually you use it to plan your trip, but sometimes I just look at the menus. So I'm taking some of the drinks from my favorite restaurants, like I don't know, though, just the fun non-alcoholic stuff that we could probably make with stuff we have at home.
We've already made, I don't think we've posted about it, but we've been making, from Carthay Circle, we've been making the rose soda because we have all the stuff for that. So
yeah, so see, I have all these screenshots on my computer that I'll show you later. Well, I also want to make Dole Whip at some point.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. There was a list that came out and I tweeted about it, but it basically is how to make all of these different things like churros, Waltz chili, and things like that you can make at home, different recipes. So maybe we'll tackle that next.
You can also look up on Pinterest Disneyland copycat recipes, and a lot of things come up. I saw one for pommes frites. I saved it to my phone.
That was a recipe in this. This one.
I need to look at that. But I've been saving some Disneyland stuff. We could almost do like a whole New Orleans Square thing with Mint Juleps because I saved a recipe for that.
Let's do it all.
We could do it.
I love it. Okay, number 3. Now, I was thinking about this, and I don't know if we worded it the right way, but basically, what has been your favorite thing to have in the house during the quarantine to increase your comfort? And by the way, this is where I'm going to step in and say I'm so happy that I did not Marie Kondo everything and like get rid of things, because now we have so many things. It's like, oh, we need felt. Let's go upstairs. Okay. Oh, we need embroidery. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, what are we looking? Oh, I have this. You know, it's in the garage, and I was able to do this whole thing today.
Yeah,
because
we didn't buy any of this for this purpose. We already had it all.
Yeah. So what has been your favorite thing to have?
Besides our dog, I wouldn't call him a thing. He's a sentient being, but
And which, by the way, I just learned that term because I didn't know what that meant.
I think this is kind of weird, but I really, really like Dr. Pepper, the soda. And I probably have like a soda addiction because like I probably have a problem because at school, the school I go to has a vending machine with all of these sodas in it. So I'm just constantly getting soda, and Dr. Pepper, they have that there. So I'm just so attached to it that I like need it at all times. But it's good. We have it.
For me, I think I'm going to say bread machine. And in fact, as soon as we get done with this, that's going to be my next thing because Ella has this recipe she wants to make. But I have been making bread in my bread machine. And I think it's the same thing for you. The Dr. Pepper, it's just probably the second you crack that can open, it's just like, ah. And for the bread, it's like when it starts its final cycle and it starts cooking, the smell.
Oh my God, it smells so
fills
good.
the house. It's just, I don't know, it's like Xanax for your nose or something. I don't know.
That sounds like you're snorting Xanax.
No, I'm just saying, like, it just fills you with comfort and like, okay, everything's okay. Everything's going to be okay.
Yes, nothing like the smell of freshly baked bread.
Yes. But, okay, well, that's it. That's the episode. And I just wanted to, say thanks again for putting up with this experiment that we did today. I hope it works out.
Yeah, let us know how you think about the episode. Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Glamdom Fandom.
Please be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Glamdom Fandom, and definitely be sure to check out our blog, glamdomfandom.com.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.